The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
Welcome everybody to Springfield, Minnesota and the MBA Class C state semifinal between Fairmont and Cold Spring. We're going to get right into it as we have a hurried game open for you. Eli Backus delivers a first pitch, chopped on the ground by Luke Becker to the first baseman Duffner. One pitch, one out. And that's how we start things at 6:07. Fairmont, the visiting
batting
team.
Second, number 2, the center fielder, Jack Waltich.
Fairmont starting lineup goes Luke Becker, the shortstop, Jack Waltich, the center fielder. Batting third and playing third, Derek Schoen. The cleanup hitter and first baseman, John Trado. Batting fifth in left field, Levi Becker. Batting sixth, the catcher, Ethan Hearn. Batting seventh in right field, Adam Schmidt. Batting eighth at second base, Tyler Tennyson. Batting ninth, the DH, Blake Cromer. First pitch is a strike from Eli Backus. On the mound for Cold Spring, fresh off of a decisive 10-1 victory over Bemidji. Fairmont played the early game. They beat Buffalo 5-1. Lifted foul, the count is 0-2. At first pitch, it is still plenty warm, 79 degrees here in Springfield at Riverside Park, hosting its third and final game of the day. They will also host the championship game tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Against the winner of the Young America St. Patrick game, getting started in just a few minutes over in Milroy. Just off the corner, the count 1-2. We'll give you the Cold Spring lineup when they come to bat in the bottom of the first inning, but we'll give you the defense now. Skluzacic, Geislinger, and Lynn left to right across the outfield. It's Tyler Geislinger in center. Alex Geislinger is at third. New at short, Diskel at second, Duffner at first with Jonas behind the plate. Breaking ball up and away. And Backus taps his chest to say, yep, that's my bad. My pitch. Jack Waltich 0 for 2 with a pair of hit by pitches earlier today. Ball tip just out of the glove of the catcher Jonas. And the at-bat will continue. Didn't have time to tell you how Becker did, but in the quarterfinal game this afternoon, Becker delivered a big 2-run triple and also drew a pair of walks. 2-2 coming to Jack Waltich. Inside 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. Up and away. And there's a walk. Backus got ahead, but lost Waltich to a one-out free pass. Here's Derek Schoen.
Third baseman, number 21, Derek Schoen.
Schoen drove in a run in the quarterfinal game. It was on a run-scoring fielder's choice. Also added a single, a stolen base, and a run scored later in the afternoon. First pitch misses low. Outside 2-0, and suddenly Backus having trouble finding the zone. Backus sets, and the 2-0 pitch, outside corner for a strike. Most everyone has stuck around, at least from the winning teams of the first two games. Dancing off first is Waltich, and the 2-1 pitch is a strike, knee high on the outer half. 2-2. Fairmont was the home team in their quarterfinal game. Here's a little pop-up shallow right. Out second baseman Diskel, in right fielder Lynn, and it's Lynn with the catch for out number 2. John Trado will bat next.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 10, John Trado.
Trado dealt the decisive blow, a 2-run homer in the 5th inning that extended the lead out to 5-1. That was the eventual final score. Fairmont scored 3 runs in the 2nd, 2 runs in the 5th. That was more than enough as they got a great pitching performance. First pitch is a strike. Tyler Tennyson, who pitched a complete game, is in the lineup batting 8th, playing second base here tonight. Backus steps off the rubber. With 2 down, might send Waltich here, try and get him in scoring position. Stiff wind blowing out to right center field. The 0-1. Runner goes. Breaking ball, good pitch to go on, and he slides in safely. Waltich with a stolen base. Now it's second. A base hit to the outfield away from an early Martins lead. We will keep you updated as best we can with the Young America St. Patrick game. Last I heard, that was going to get started at around 6:20 over in Milroy. Waltich now in scoring position at second base. 0-2 from Backus. Ground ball, slowed down by the grass, fielded by the second baseman Diskel, and he fires on to first to complete a scoreless top half of the first inning. The walk and stolen base are left aboard.
No runs,
0 in the top half. We'll see what Cold Spring can do in the bottom half.
After one half inning, Martins 0, Rockies coming to bat.
Scoreless to the bottom of the first inning. The Cold Spring Rockies lineup begins with Tyler Geislinger in center field. Batting second at shortstop is Jordan New. Batting third, the catcher David Jonas. The cleanup hitter and first baseman is Austin Duffner. Batting fifth at third base, Alex Geislinger. Batting sixth in left field, Nick Skuzanchik. Batting seventh, the DH Colin Eskew.
Geislinger.
Batting eighth, the second baseman Sam Diskel, and batting ninth in right field, Brady Lynn. Those 9 go up against Matt Little. Starter on the mound for the Fairmont Martins. Plate umpire with some words of caution to the Cold Spring dugout, perhaps outside the bounds of the dugout there. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Tyler Geislinger, who was the leadoff man just a few moments ago in the quarterfinal game, a 10-1 victory for the Rockies over the Bemidji Blue Ox. First pitch is taken for a ball. Here's a drive deep down the right field line, but it's going foul. Home run distance and then some. Only 318 down the right field line. That's the place to hit it. And Geislinger just pulled it foul. A long strike, 1-1. Geislinger in the quarterfinal game went 1 for 4 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. Now he rips one out to left field. That ball's deep. Becker going back and backtracking. He makes the catch. That begins our tour through the defense of the Martins. Levi Becker in left, Waltich in center, Schmidt
Batting
in right.
second, the shortstop,
Trado at first,
number 2,
Tennyson at second,
Jordan
Luke
New.
Becker at short, and Schoen at third, with Hearn catching behind home plate. Batting second for the Rockies, the shortstop Jordan New. New 1 for 5 in the quarterfinal, drops down a bunt and a good one. Third base side, charging is Schoen. The throw to first. It's behind him and into foul territory. New heads up, advancing to second. A turnaround second, he'll hold up there. Should be a bunt single and a throwing error for the third baseman Schoen. The Rockies have a man in scoring position for the heart of their order.
Batting third, the catcher, number 1, David Jonas.
David Jonas, the catcher, will bat. Jonas was the third baseman in the quarterfinal. At the plate, 1 for 4, but the one was a big one. Bases loaded infield single in what turned out to be a 5-run 7th inning to put the game out of reach. Check swing foul, 0-1 the count. Jonas, the player manager. Base hit to the outfield, should score the speedy New. A little overeager is Jonas, chasing a pitch in the dirt, and his legs fell out from underneath him. 0-2 the count. Little sets, and the 0-2. Driven in the air, deep down the left field line, drifting towards foul territory. It is a foul ball catch made by Levi Becker, and he gets it back in for out number 2.
Batting fourth, number 21, the first
well
baseman,
hit.
Austin
But
Duffner.
another 23 feet to get it out to left field as opposed to right field. Not to mention 452 to center. Left-handed hitters are at a distinct advantage here at Riverside Park. And here is a left-handed hitter, Austin Duffner. Duffner had a great game in the quarterfinal. Game-tying solo homer, the team's first hit of the ball game, in fact, to lead off the 4th inning. Then a single in the 6th, he came around to score. A 2-run double in the 7th, and he came around to score. He was intentionally walked in the 8th. One kick to the backstop, high up off the netting, and Hearn can't find it until now. New to third, but he'll hold up there. Mentioned this in the previous ball game. Interesting backstop netting here. It's angled backwards to allow for a little bit more open air space in the grandstand. But that rolled back up, remaining in play all the while. Should be a wild pitch. 1-1 the count to Austin Duffner. Fresh baseball for Matt Little. Probably scuffed up from skidding up the net and back down. One coming to Austin Duffner. In on the hands, fouled back. Little takes the sign, and the 1-2 pitch. Missing wide. 2-2. A bunt single followed by an error and a wild pitch. Rockies trying to turn it into a run. Missing inside, the count runs full to Duffner. Alex Geislinger waiting on deck. Payoff pitch, ripped to left field, coming on Becker. He makes the catch. Hard contact, The 3 putouts for the left fielder Becker, and the Rockies do not score in the first inning.
For the Rockies in the first, no runs
and we
on
head to the second.
1 hit,
No score between the
1
Martins
error,
and the Rockies on
1
Prep
left on
Spotlight
base.
on TV.
After 1 inning, we have merchandise tent down below there.
Welcome back to Springfield.
I just got word that they're going to shut her down in about 30 minutes. They don't have a lot left, so if you want to get yourself some state tournament, there's a few t-shirts left. They do have cards that you can use to order something online if you would like to do that, if you really want a shirt and weren't able to get one here. So merchandise another half hour, so a little before 7, they'll shut that down.
Lights are now on.
Thank you for all your support.
Hope for good weather tomorrow. The championship game will be broadcast here on Prep Spotlight on TV.
Leading off the top of the second for the Martins.
That's not great.
Left fielder, number 17, Levi Becker.
All the more reason to watch it here on Prep Spotlight on TV if you're unable to make the drive. In the second, 5, 6, and 7 for the Fairmont Martins. Levi Becker, Ethan Hearn, and Adam Schmidt. Backus delivers, first pitch swinging, popped up foul, first base side. Duffner over for a look, but he runs out of room off the roof of the dugout. And it'll probably settle there. Pitched in such a way that the ball's going to be trapped there until someone picks it up. Beautiful ballpark here in Springfield. We've talked it up all tournament. Plenty of room for fans to spread out. All the more important this year for obvious reasons. 0-1 coming. Breaking ball. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Backus sets. Missing low and away, 2-1. Missing inside. 3-1 the count to the Martins leadoff man. Backus rocks and fires. Outside corner for a strike, and the count runs full. Backus from the wind, the payoff pitch. Becker chops it on the ground left side. Shortstop New with it. Fires it over to first, and it needed every ounce of strength just to beat Becker, who is sprinting down the line. 1 down.
The catcher, number 34, Ethan Hearn.
Here is Ethan Hearn. First from Backus. Comes in high, ball 1. Hearn did not play in the quarterfinal. Here's a hard one hopper to third. Geislinger back on the throw. That's off target, but Duffner completes the play with the tag. 2 down. Adam Schmidt,
Right fielder,
player manager,
number 31, Adam Schmidt.
I beg your pardon, Hearn did play. Instead of catching, he was the second baseman. He went 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Breaking ball floats in for a strike. Schmidt went 0 for 4 in the quarterfinal. Backus the 0-1. Spun foul. Won't be given a chance to spin back fair. On billiard felt, maybe it does spin fair, but in the grass it comes to a rest. Martin still looking for their first hit. They did get a base runner in the first. That was a one-out walk to Waltich. 0-2, skipped into the plate, 1-2. Backus delivers. Lifted in the air foul, first base side, Duffner over, and he runs out of room. One-two. Swing and a set of breaking ball. Backus with his first strikeout and his first 1-2-3 inning.
3 up and 3
we go to the bottom of the second, no score.
After 1 1/2 innings, we have no score.
Bottom of the second inning. Scoreless between the Cold Spring Rockies and the Fairmont Martins.
Leading out
in the
bottom
Class
of
C
the second for the
semifinal
Rockies,
2020
third
MBA
baseman,
tournament.
number 19, Alex Geislinger.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Rockies. They left a man at third in their first inning. Alex Geislinger, Nick Skluzacek, and Colin Eskew. First pitch is a strike, though it was missed by the catcher Hearn. 0-1. Rockies are the home team, despite what your scoreboard graphic tells you. The 0-1, missing outside. 1-1. Little winds and delivers. Outside 2-1. Geislinger went 2 for 5 in the quarterfinal. A big RBI triple in the 6th inning. Came around to score on a sacrifice fly. 3-1 now the count. Ripped into right field. That's down for a hit. Throw to first, and Geislinger has to get back into second gear to beat out what should have been a clean single. Schmidt, the right fielder, decided to throw to first.
Left fielder,
it was
number
close.
29,
Suppose you can't blame him.
Skluzacek.
Here's Nick Skluzacek. Big left fielder. Drove in 2 runs in the quarterfinal. 1 for 3 with a single, sac fly, and a hit by pitch. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch fastball. just missing outside. Looked like Little hit the target. Burn tried to bring it back in just a touch. Chop towards third. Can they turn it? Shown to second for one. On to first. Safe at first. Shown's throw to Tennyson was just a bit high. That might have been the difference. But Skluzacic was running down the line. It's a 5-4 fielder's choice for the first down.
Brings up number 8, the designated hitter, Colin Eskew.
Colin Eskew, the designated hitter, will bat next. Eskew pinch hit in the quarterfinal, dropped down a great sacrifice bunt, and that was all we saw of him. Here's a hot ground ball to third, another chance to turn it, bobbled by Schoen, only plays to first, and the throw is offline, into foul territory. Skluzacic around third, he's going to get the wave home. The throw to the plate, not in time! Could have been a double play, instead it's the game's first run. Rockies take a 1-0 lead in the second inning. Eskew ends the play at third base. That's what hustle does. Rockies back to work, leading once again. Should be an error on the third baseman Schoen.
Number 3, Sam Disco.
If it is, it's his second in as many innings. First pitch to Sam Disco, fouled off, 0-1. Distal lifts it to left. Will it be deep enough? Caught by Becker. And just a bluff of a tag from Eskew. Good throw in. 2 down.
Right fielder, number 15, Brady Lynn.
Brady Lynn will bat next, trying to bring that run home from third. Lynn was 0 for 3. He did walk and score. First pitch, driven in the air, deep left center field, going back, Waltich. He dives and he caught it! What a catch by Waltich in center field for the third out of the second inning. With that dive, if he doesn't come up with it, it's almost surely an inside the Parker. 452 to center field. Waltich with an incredible play. Save that one for the scrapbook. It's out number 3.
One hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. Hey, we're heading to the third.
That ends the second, on to the third. It's 1-0 Rockies on Prep Spotlight on TV.
Leading off
what a
the top
great
of the
catch
third for the Martins, the second
center
baseman,
field
number 27,
by
Tyler
Jack Waltich
Tennyson.
to end the second. We continue playing baseball. Had ramifications for the game. It would have been, at the very least, a 2-0 score. Instead, it's just 1-0. And for the Martins, 8-9-1 due up. Tyler Tennyson, Blake Cromer, and Luke Becker. Fouled off the catcher's mask to the backstop. 0-1. Tennyson, though he did get the complete game win in the quarterfinal on the mound, didn't contribute at the plate. 0 for 4. I think his teammates will forgive him. Great outing on the mound. I wonder if he might be able to get an inning or two out of him in relief come tomorrow, should they advance to the championship. Count quickly 0-2. Lifted foul, first base side, out of play. Oh-2 from Backus. Missing low. Upstairs, 2-2. Martin still looking for their first hit. Lone base runner was a one-out walk back in the first. Fought off foul. Good two-strike approach from Tyler Tennyson. Tennyson played at Buena Vista this past spring, led his team in homers and hits in the shortened and abruptly ended season. Ground ball up the middle, into center field. Hands outstretched. That must have broken a hitless skid for him. He receives some cheers from his dugout. A leadoff single.
Number 4,
tying runners aboard.
The designated hitter, Blake Cromer.
Now Blake Cromer. Cromer, the DH. Trailing by a run with the 9-spot batter up. Do you drop down a bunt here? Backus delivers, no sign of a bunt as the pitch misses wide, ball 1. One-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And the count is even, a ball and a strike. Backus takes the sign. The 1-1, low and away. 2-1. The pitch in on the hand, served into shallow right center. Coming on Lynn, he makes the catch. Thought about a throwback to first, but Tennyson stampers back. That completes the first trip through the lineup for Eli Backus.
Back to the top of the order.
A hit
Shortstop,
and a walk.
number 9.
So far,
Luke
no runs
Becker.
allowed. Luke Becker began the game. First pitch ground out to the first baseman. Couple consecutive lefties at the top of the Martins order. Bookmark that in case we get into matchup baseball later in the night. First pitch, a strike. Oh, 1 inside and to the backstop. Past Jonas. A wild pitch allows Tennyson to grant second base. Second time now that the Martins have had a man in scoring position. Waltich, after his walk and stolen base, was stranded at second in the first inning. high fly into right center. A little bit too much hang time. Geislinger underneath it makes the catch. Tagging from second, going to third, Tennyson, and he's in standing. Now a man at third with 2 down for Jack Waltich, who made that great catch.
Center fielder, Jack Waltich.
To end the bottom of the second inning. Waltich walked his first time up, then stole second. First pitch, served into left field, coming on Skluzacic, dives, and he can't come up with it. The Martins tie it up with a 2-out base hit, and Waltich into second with an RBI double. He's done it all, great plays in the field, and now a clutch RBI double to even things at 1 here in the third. Tennyson scores easily from third. Skluzacic might have had a play on it. From this angle, it looked like it was falling fast. And I don't believe he ever had it in his glove. Now Derek Schoen, who flied to right his first time up. Skip to the plate, nice block by Jonas. Waltich thought about third, but stays at second. Backes sets, and the pitch lifted foul. Scoreboard reads 0-1. I believe that first pitch counted, unless I missed an umpire calling time. Yeah, it's 1-1. Umpire corrects. Waltich, good speed at second base. Breaking ball, freezes shown on the inside corner, 1-2. Time taken off the outside corner. Tough pitch to lay off, but Schoen resisted the temptation. The 2-2. Schoen waits on a breaking ball, pounds it off the plate. Tough play for the third baseman Geislinger. Throws on to first. He's safe. Here's the play at the plate, and Waltich is out. Tried to catch Cold Spring napping, but he's foiled in his plan to score from second base. The Martins tie it up on the Waltich double, but they do nothing more than that. We're tied at 1, going to the bottom of the third. You're watching PrepSpotlight.tv. The bottom of the second inning, robbed of more on a great catch by Waltich in second. And Waltich delivers a game-tying 2-out RBI double in the top of the third, but is cut down at the plate trying to score from second on an infield single. Rockies begin their second trip through the order, beginning with Tyler Geislinger. He flied to left his first time up. First pitch is a strike. Second pitch misses wide. 1-1. Geislinger, New, and Jonas for Cold Spring against Matt Little. high fly, right center, off the end of the bat, playable for Schmidt. Right fielder underneath it, he makes the catch, one down.
Number 2, the shortstop, Jordan New.
Jordan New bats next. Reached on a single, took second on a throwing error from the third baseman Schoen, and then third on a wild pitch before he was stranded. First pitch swinging, little pop-up, back of third. Schoen dances with the breeze, makes the catch, 2 down. Now
Brings
David
up the
Jonas.
catcher, number 1, David Jonas.
Jonas made a foul fly to left his first time up. In the quarterfinals, he played at third base, made a pair of errors, and also a misplay that was ruled a hit. It was a play that Jonas could have and should have made. This was likely in the cards all along to move the catcher. The player-manager gives himself a different look here for the second game of the day. He's quickly behind 0-2. Driven in the air, left center field. Hanging up for the center fielder Waltich, and he makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Little, his first of the night. 3 innings complete in Springfield, tied 1 apiece between the Martins and the Rockies. Here on Prep
3 up and
Spotlight
3 down
TV.
for the Rockies in the bottom of the
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
We've got a scoreboard update from Milroy. Scoreless between Young America and St. Patrick at the end of 1. But our source tells us the tempers are flaring. Whatever that means, we're glad that cooler heads have prevailed here. In our half of the semifinal bracket, tied at 1 between Fairmont and Cold Spring, heading to the 4th. This is Eric Kramer. Thanks for joining us tonight. Regardless of how long you've been watching, it's been a fun day of baseball in this Class C tournament. Our first game at noon was a 5-1 Fairmont victory over
the top
Buffalo.
of the 4th for the Martins.
At 3 o'clock,
first
Cold
baseman,
Spring defeated
number
Bemidji
10,
10-1.
John Trado.
It was a close game until the late innings when the Rockies opened things up. Logic should follow that these are 2 of the best teams in the state, and they are evenly matched through 3. First pitch is a strike to John Trado, the left-handed hitting first baseman for the Martins. Trado grounded to second his first time up. Backus delivers low, and the count is even, a ball and a strike. There's a strike, 1-2. We saw Trado go deep for a 2-run homer in the quarterfinal. No doubt shot out to right. It's just about the only place I think that you can see a normal depth fly ball get out in this ballpark. Now my second weekend covering Class C games here, and it's the only place I've seen home runs hit. They had to take a pretty good poke to get it out to left field. There's a high fly into right. Off the end of the bat, hit shallow. Second baseman out, and it is the second baseman Disco who makes the catch out number 1. Up next is Levi Becker.
Now batting, number 17, the left fielder, Levi Becker.
Becker grounded to short his first time up. Waits on a breaking ball, serves it into center. Wind pushes it towards right center, but Geislinger follows it the whole way. He makes the catch out number 2. A run on 3 hits for the Martins. A run on 2 hits for the Rockies. Fairmont has committed 2 errors, both of them from their third baseman, Schoen. One of which led to the Rockies' only run. Here's a line drive into center field off the bat of Ethan Hearn. He has a 2-out single. The frame will continue for Adam Schmidt.
Brings up the right fielder, number 31, Adam Schmidt.
Schmidt went down swinging to end the second. Thus far, that's the only strikeout for Backus. In fact, the only strikeout for either team. It's been the common theme today through all 3 games. Nobody's been relying on the strikeout to get outs. A lot of contact. The defense has been pressured all afternoon long. Ball 1 misses to the right-handed hitting right fielder. Low and away, and it skips to the backstop. Jonas, the catcher, tried to pick it rather than block it. And that'll allow Hearn to advance 90 feet to second base. Second wild pitch of the night for Backus. Missing low, 3-0. Tyler Tennyson waits on deck. Schmidt taking all the way, takes a strike in a good spot. Outer half, 3-1. You'd ask, well, did he have the green light? Well, he's the player manager, so I suppose it's up to him. Spun foul, the count runs full, 3-2. Give you a periodic reminder that despite the scoreboard, Fairmont is the visiting team. Graphics were put together in a hurry after the 2 teams were set. Lifted foul, count remains 3-2. Pretty good turnaround for all parties involved, if I say so myself. Game 2 ended, let's say, 5:20. And we got this one started at 6:07 with our first pitch. Another 3-2 coming to Adam Schmidt. Swing and miss. Second time he's been made a strikeout victim. And that ends the top of the 4th inning.
Fairmont
Hearn left in second.
No runs on
the Martins do not score.
No errors,
and it remains 1-1 here on Prep Spotlight.tv.
Head to the bottom of the 4th.
Bottom of the 4th inning coming up, tied at 1 between the Fairmont Martins and the Cold Spring Rockies. Scoreboard update coming from Milroy. St. Patrick up 2-0 now on Young America going to the 4th inning. Bottom of the fourth for the Rockies. It'll be Duffner, Geislinger, and Skluzacek. 4, 5, and 6 against Matt Little. Rockies have only 2 hits. Their run in the second came around on an error.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Rockies, first baseman, number 21, Austin Duffner.
Here's Austin Duffner, who's flying to left his first time in. Little, no strikeouts, no walks. Dugout warning for Cold Spring, trying to get everyone back in there where they're safe. Little from the wide. First pitch ripped in the air to right field, deep, but playable for Schmidt. He makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out. I would say shy of the warning track, but there is no warning track. One of the casualties of having a multi-purpose field like this.
Alex Geislinger.
Alex Geislinger has one of the 2 Cold Spring hits, a leadoff single to begin the second. He bats next. And he takes on the inside corner. Nice breaking ball with some lateral movement there from Little, 0-1. Away, the count is even. Little peers in, the 1-1. Ground ball in the hole, under the glove of the second baseman Tennyson into right field. Geislinger has 2 of his team's 3 hits and a 1-out single here in the fourth. Now Nick Skluzacek.
Brings up the left fielder, number 29, Nick Skluzacek.
Skluzacek reached on a fielder's choice ground out to third his first time up, then scored from first. And Colin Eskew reached on an error by the third baseman Schoen. Low and in, ball 1. Swing and a miss. Count is even, a ball and a strike. There goes Geislinger. The throw down to second is on the money and in time. Perfect throw right on the base from Hearn. And the single is erased on a caught stealing. Count now 1-2 to Skluzacek. The bases are empty. Lifted foul and out of play. First base side. Shot to third. Waiting back on the second hop is Schoen. And of course play at first, but Skluzacek is retired. The single is erased on the caught stealing, and Little faces just 3 men in a scoreless fourth. On to the fifth, still tied at 1 between the Martins and the Rockies.
No
Watching Prep Spotlight on TV. fans, a reminder that Town Ball Uniquely Minnesota is now available to stream on Amazon Prime. Wonderful 8-part documentary chronicling the more than 100-year history of Town Ball in Minnesota. I've watched it. I can vouch for it. Wonderful spotlight on a uniquely Minnesotan tradition. We're all very thankful to be participating in here in 2020. That's Town Ball Uniquely Minnesota, streaming on Amazon Prime. On to the 5th, tied at 1 between the Cold Spring Rockies and the Fairmont Martins. Martins batting in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be 8-9
Leading off the 5th for Fairmont, the second baseman, number 27, Tyler Tennyson.
Tyler Tennyson singled to lead off the 3rd, took 2nd on a wild pitch, 3rd on a flyout, and scored on an RBI double from Jack Waltich. He leads things off here in the 5th and takes low ball 1. Backus from the wind. Lifted in the air, right field. Deep but playable for Lynn. Wynn pushing it towards the line, and underneath the scoreboard, he makes the catch. Perhaps it's in my instinct to create a narrative out of it.
Designated hitter.
The wind has been blowing all day, and it seems like outfielders from all 4 teams
I've also just been informed some very sad news. They're out of chicken strips. I'm sorry.
Every team has had difficulty trying to track fly balls in this swirling breeze. 9th place hitter Blake Cromer, the DH, will bat next. Drops down a bunt, bare hand pickup by Backus, throws to first, nice play. Cromer flies down the line. Backus knew how much time he had, and it was hit softly enough off the bunt.
Number 9,
he was able to barehand it, and in one swift motion, fire on to first. 2 up, 2 down. Lineup turns over for Luke Becker. Becker is 0 for 2. Grounder to first, and a fly to center. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Game still less than an hour old. Visiting team with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. It's the mark of some good pitching. Here's a liner into right field, and it will fall in front of Lynn, who plays it on the first bounce. 2-out single for Becker will bring Jack Waltich to the plate. He has not been retired in this game.
Number 2
in the first,
the center fielder, Jack
Waltich. RBI double with 2 down in the 3rd. Just beyond the outstretched diving Skluzacic in left. Skluzacic came in, made a feet first slide, and I don't think it was ever in his glove, but he came close to making the play. Waltich has the defensive play of the day, one of the defensive plays of the tournament. Great leaping grab in deep center field here to end the 2nd inning and take at least 1 run away from the Rockies. There goes Becker. Throw down to second is not in time. A perfect throw, but a good jump from Becker, and he slides feet first just ahead of the tag. Pitch was a ball. The count is 2-0. That's the 2nd steal off the Backus-Jonas battery. Waltich himself swiped 2nd back in the 1st. Now a base hit to the outfield could give the Martins their first lead of the game. There's a base hit to the outfield. Charging quickly, Geislinger. Becker rounding 3rd, coming home. And there's no throw from center as Geislinger bobbles. Another 2-out RBI single from Jack Waltich, his 2nd of the ballgame. And the Martins now lead it 2-1.
Brings up the 3rd baseman, number 21, Derek Schoen.
All with 2 outs, the single, the stolen base, and now the RBI base hit. Here's Derek Schoen, 1 for 2 with a single in the 3rd. It was an infield single. Waltich pressed his luck trying to score from second, and he was thrown out to end the inning. So he was the last man to bat in the frame, despite singling. Ball one misses. Waltich able to steal. Swiped a bag in the first, and twitching, waiting to time up, and now time called finally at home plate, as Schoen was tired of waiting. The way Waltich was taking his lead off first, you wonder if he was trying to time up Backus and get into scoring position himself. A quick pitch, and a balk is called. Backus trying to throw off the timing of Waltich, didn't come set. And Waltich will get to second without even having to run. That was a pretty easy one to call. And the microphone probably picked up the home plate umpire shouting balk. Low and away. The pitch did not count, incidentally, so the count is 2-0 now. Schoen with the same opportunity that he had in the third inning. Man at second, 2 down. Checks the swing. It's an off-speed pitch, misses high and tight. 3-0, first base open, John Trado on deck. Green light, popped up back of first. Long run back for Duffner, in, and foul ball. Lynn, the right fielder, ultimately might have had the best play on it. Duffner took a great route, but just came up short. 3-1. And if shown comfortable enough to swing 3-0, he'll certainly be swinging here. He hopes for better contact this time around. Lifted in the air, right field, shallow. Lynn in, and he makes the catch. That does it for the Martins in their half of the fifth inning. But another two-out base hit from Jack Waltich brings home the go-ahead run. It's a
Fairmont gets
score.
one run on
We hit the halfway point of this 9-inning ball game. You're watching Prep Spotlight on TV.
Head to the bottom of the fifth.
Martins leading the Rockies as we head to the bottom of the fifth inning between Fairmont and Cold Spring in the Class C semifinal. Beautiful Riverside Park in Springfield, Minnesota. This is Eric Kramer. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're watching tonight, we encourage you to tune in tomorrow for the championship game. If you can't make it in person, Prep Spotlight.tv has you covered with complete
for the
coverage.
Rockies, the designated hitter, number 8, Colin Eskew.
Bottom third of the order due up for Cold Spring. Eskew, Distal, and Lynn against Matt Little, pitching with a lead for the first time tonight. 2 runs on 6 hits for the Martins. Rockies just 1 run on 3 hits. The run made possible by a Martins error. All 3 hits have been singles as Eskew, who reached on that wild error, takes a strike. Here's a swinging bunt that lands fair but rolls foul, 0-2. Eskew gave the third baseman Schoen a chance his first time up, but an errant hurried throw went deep into foul territory into shallow right field, and it allowed Nick Skluzacic to score all the way from first base. At the time, it gave Cold Spring a 1-0 lead. 0-2, down the heart of the plate. A called third strike, and that is the first strikeout of the night for Matt Little.
Second baseman, number 3, Sam Distel.
Up next, Sam Distel. Distel flied to left his first time up. First pitch, comebacker to the mound. Little fields it on a hop, tosses it on to first. Outs and quick outs for Matt Little. He'll take those. 2 down for Brady Lynn.
Number 15, the right fielder, Brady Lynn.
Lynn flied to center. That doesn't even tell the whole story. He bombed it deep to center. And Waltich made a great diving catch with his back to the infield. It may sound like hyperbole, but especially with this deep center field and the way Waltich went all out, if he doesn't make that catch, maybe if it deflects off his glove, that could very easily be an inside the park home run. Trickling out of the glove of the catcher Hearn. A strike now, a ball, the count is 1-1. At the very least, it prevented Eskew from scoring. He was at third base with 2 down and would have scored easily on that play. Right now, it's the difference in the ballgame. 1-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. Another chance for Waltich. This time he eases up and glides underneath it for out number 3. A 1-2-3 frame. Little has faced the minimum, his second trip through the order. 5 innings complete in Springfield. It's a 2-1 lead for the Fairmont Martins on Prep Spotlight on TV.
Right to the 6th. Number 10, John Trato.
Both runs were earned. He struck out 2, and he walked 1. Keltoff will face 4, 5, and 6, beginning with John Trato. Trato 0 for 2, a grounder to second, and a pop-up to second. Keltoff delivers the first pitch. This is low, ball 1. Keltoff working quickly. Next pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. The next to Trato. Driven in the air, high and deep right center field. Going back is Lynn, deep towards the gap, and it is off the ground. Ball in play, a stand-up double for Trado. From this angle, it appeared that Lynn might have had it in his glove, but it hits the turf, and it's a leadoff two-bagger for John Trado.
Brings up the left fielder, number 17, Levi Becker.
Levi Becker up next, 0 for 2 with a grounder to short and a fly to center. Right-handed hitter at the plate, but his job will be, one would think, hit the ball hard to the opposite field. So even if you make an out, you can advance Trado over to third base. Wide open right side of the infield, with the second baseman Distel charged with covering Trado. First pitch, a ball. Kaltoff's pitch upstairs, 2-0. High pop-up, shallow right center. Coming in Geislinger and Lynn, and it's the right fielder Lynn who makes the catch. Not even a bluff from Trado on that shallow fly ball. Kaltoff does his job getting the out. Becker unable to move Trado over.
Now batting, number 34, the catcher, Ethan Hearn.
Now Ethan Hearn, who is 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. Luke Selkin, draftee from Rogers, getting loose in the Cold Spring pen. Outside corner for a strike. Kaltoff's pitch, inside, nice block by Jonas. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Martins, 1 run on 3 hits for the Rockies. Kaltoff delivers, fouled at the plate, and the count 1-2. A bit surprising to see another relief arm getting loose for Cold Spring. Kaltoff perhaps just a 1 or 2 inning guy. Check swing foul. The season is on the line, however, so little margin for error if Kaltoff isn't getting the job done. You want to go to the next man up. A ringing double, but then the pop-up. He's ahead in the count to Hearn here, looking for out number 2. And he got out number 2, painting a fastball, thigh high on the outside corner. Hearn retired. He walks back to the dugout.
Right fielder, number 31, Adam Schmidt.
Now Adam Schmidt, who was a strikeout victim twice over against the starter Backus. In fact, he was the only man that Backus struck out, and he got him twice. 2 down, Trado still at second after his leadoff double. Breaking ball, floats over the inside corner. Schmidt almost leaned his left shoulder in, was close to hitting him, but had enough lateral break where it caught the edge. Kaltoff's pitch, fastball pounded in front of the plate, landing fair, and a fair ball play. And beating out an infield single is Schmidt. I don't think Geislinger picked that up with the expectation that it would be called fair.
Infield hit brings up the second baseman,
strange play
number
there.
27, Tyler
Geislinger with that
Tennyson.
ball approaching the third base bag. Didn't have much of a choice, I guess. Certainly didn't look prepared to throw on to first. First and second now for Tyler Tennyson. And he drives it deep to left field, going back Skluzacic, and he makes the catch. That deep left field pays off again for Cold Spring as the Martins get 2 base runners but strand them both. 5.5 complete in Springfield. It's a 2-1 lead for Fairmont on Prep Spotlight.tv.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. keep people safe, keep our ballparks open so that we can all continue
It is a
playing,
2-1
watching,
lead
and enjoying
for the
baseball.
Fairmont
We
Martins
thank
over
you
the
for your
Cold
help
Spring
and
Rockies as
support.
we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Score update from Milroy. They're all tied up at 4 in the 3rd.
As you might have just heard, score update from Milroy. Young America and
Leading
St.
off the
Patrick
bottom of the
are
6th,
back to
top of the
all
order,
even,
center
tied at
fielder,
4.
Number 5, Tyler Geislinger.
Top of the order due up for Cold Spring, trying to get back to, at the very least, a tie ball game, perhaps retain their lead that they held very briefly from the 2nd to the 3rd. Geislinger, New, and Jonas, 1, 2, and 3 in the order to face Matt Little. First pitch is a strike. Geislinger has hit the ball to the outfield twice, but doesn't have anything to show for it. A fly to left and a fly to right for the left-handed hitting center fielder. Chopped foul, and he's in the hole 0-2. Two-strike protective swing. He serves it into shallow left field, and a diving catch made in left by Levi Becker. It was a catch and then a dive, but whatever it takes to get that ball in your glove and keep it there. Nice play for out
Nice
number
grab.
1.
Brings up the shortstop, number 2, Jordan New.
Here's Jordan New, 1 for 2. A single in the first. He got as far as third base before he was stranded. And then in the third, a pop out to third. Ball 1 misses. Little delivers to the plate. Ground ball that hits the chalk line and skips foul down the left field line. Just as there is a lot of room in the outfield, a lot of room in foul territory if you can somehow hit a ball that lands fair but goes foul. 1-1. Skip to the backstop. On the foul ball, 1-2. Lifted into shallow center field. Walatich with a good break on it, but he's called off by the shortstop Becker, who makes the catch, moving out into shallow center. 2 up, 2 down. Little has kept his defenders busy.
Number 1, David
with a lot
Jonas.
of fly ball outs. "12 outs of the 17 that Little has procured tonight have come in the air. Only 1 strikeout, a couple grounders. Here's another one hit in the air into shallow right field. Coming on, diving is Schmidt, and he caught it. Another great catch in the outfield by Schmidt, and it's a 1-2-3 6th inning.
3 up and 3 down for the Rockies in the bottom of the 6th.
6 innings complete here in Springfield. It's a 2-1 score. Martins on top on PrepSpotlight.tv. Outfield defense for the Martins has been outstanding tonight. We've seen diving catches from all 3 outfielders. Catches of varying difficulty, but right now in a 1-run ball game, you have to say that's been the difference. 2-1, Fairmont leading Cold Spring as we go to the top of the 7th inning. 9-1 and 2 due up for Fairmont. Cromer, Becker, and Waltich against Calvin. Double to the first man he faced in the 6th inning, but worked around it.
Another update from Milroy. St. Patrick just went up 5-4.
St. Patrick just took a 5-4
Leading
lead
off.
in Milroy. That game against Young America will determine the other half
Top of the seventh.
of tomorrow's championship
Designated
game
hitter,
here in Class C.
Number 4, Blake Cromer.
Blake Cromer will lead things off 0 for 2 with a fly to right and a comebacker to the pitcher. Keltoff to the plate. First pitch, knee-high strike. If he keeps it down there, he will have no trouble. Good pitch in a good spot. Pounded foul, 0-2. Haven't seen any substitutions, pinch runners, pinch hitters, anything. Save for Cold Spring's one call to the bullpen, which is surprising in a one-run game. High stakes and all that. But we look up and down the scorecard, there haven't really been too many obvious opportunities to swap out a slow runner for a fast one or bring in a pinch hitter. 0-2 the count to Cromer. We might see it here in the 7th, 8th, or 9th innings. Back third of the ball game is when those moves are usually made. Line drive, too tall for the third baseman Geislinger into the left field corner. And it drifts into that foul territory. Cromer into second, and he slides in safely with a leadoff double. That's a good start, but it's the second consecutive inning in which the Martins got a leadoff double, and in the 6th inning,
takes us back to
they
the top
couldn't
of the
move
order
Trado
for the
even to third
shortstop.
base.
Number 9, Luke Becker.
It's the top half of the order coming up instead of the bottom half. We'll see if that makes a difference. Luke Becker 1 for 3 with a single, stolen base, and a run scored his last time up. Lefty at the plate, he'll try and pull the ball. Knowing that, Keltoff delivers a first pitch strike on the outer half. 0-1. Wind picking up here in Springfield, temperature dropping. At first pitch it was 79. I'd say it's about 5 degrees cooler now. Line drive to the opposite field, and it's down for a base hit. Checking in at third is Cromer. He comes home. Here's the throw. He slides in safely. Ball goes to the backstop. Becker on his way to third, and he's in standing. Cromer with a little okey-doke. Challenged the arm of Skluzacic, and it was a good throw, but Jonas couldn't grab it. Martins with an insurance run. They now lead it 3-1. Cromer was barely to third base when Skluzacic came up with the ball.
Number 2, Jack Wallatin.
And again, it wasn't a bad throw at all. Here's a mound visit. Keltoff might be seeing the end of his day, at least on the mound. For Becker, that should be a base hit, taking second on the throw and third on the error from the left fielder. I'll give Becker credit for an RBI as well. Waiting intently for some indication. This may be a time-killing measure as well. We saw Luke Selkett, the Rogers draftee, getting loose. Doesn't look like he's the one throwing down there anymore. And it appears that Keltoff will get at least one more batter. It's going to be a tough one, Jack Waltich. He's made the defensive play of the game, the diving catch at center back in the second. And at the plate, he hasn't been bad either. He's reached all 3 times with a walk in the first, a 2-out RBI double in the third, and a 2-out RBI single in the 5th. Infield playing in, already trailing by 2, the Rockies can ill afford another insurance run to score. Still nobody out, check swing and a strike. In the inning, 2 well-struck hits. The double from Cromer and the single from Becker. The 0-1 chopped on the ground, off the glove of the first baseman Duffner and into shallow right field. Coming home from third is Becker, and the Martins do add another run. It's now 4-1. A play that could have been made by Duffner, but with the infield in, you just have a little less reaction time. Still nobody out. That'll go as an error. Here's Derek Schoen. First pitch swinging, act foul. First base side on out of play. Five runs scored in the game, and the case can be made that two of them would not have scored if not for errors. Remains to be seen whether this most recent one will ultimately be earned or unearned. Waltich is at first regardless. 1-1 count to Derek Schoen. Pickoff throw, he's in with a dive. Low and away, 2-1. Rockies drew first blood. Second inning unearned run to give them a 1-0 lead. But for the Martins, a run in the third, a run in the fifth, and two so far here in the seventh. 2-2 count now to Schoen. Keltoff to the plate. Low and away, the count runs full. Tell you that it's a righty warming for Cold Spring, and it is someone wearing a Cold Spring jersey. My eyes aren't that good. I can't pick up a number. 3-2 grounded to short. Can they twist it? New to Distel, and they do get the out at second. They'll say that the drop was on the transfer for the second baseman Distel. 6-4 fielder's choice. Schoen takes the place of Waltich at first. Finally, the first out comes.
First baseman,
and now the cleanup hitter, John Trado.
John Trado.
Trado hit a ringing double to right center field. It was the first man that Kelvin Keltoff faced in the sixth inning. But Keltoff buckled down and didn't allow Trado to budge from second. First pitch a strike, even though it pushed Trado off the plate. Keltoff sets, outside corner, 0-2. Keltoff comes set. Pickoff throw to first. In without a dive is shown. Perhaps he should have dove, considering how close that was. Dancing off of first is shown. Here's the pitch, served into shallow left center field, and that'll fall. Even without the wind, I'm not sure anyone would have gotten to it. Dropped in a perfect spot, and in this deep outfield, both the center fielder Geislinger and the left fielder Skluzacic were playing deep. But the wind also gave it a bit of a tail that it wouldn't have had otherwise.
Number 17, Levi Becker.
Loop single for Trado, pushes Schoen up to second. And now Levi Becker hoping to join the party, but it looks like he'll have to do so against a different Cold Spring pitcher. Second mound visit of the inning. So a move will be made, and we will step away. It's a 4-1 lead for the Fairmont Martins, looking to add to it as they bat at the top of the seventh inning. You're watching Prep Spotlight.tv.
He's running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate. Not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield. And the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. Weiss kicks and fires this one. Driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Cold Spring. Unbelievable!
Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
Levi Becker will face Andrew Aller, new pitcher in the game for the Cold Spring Rockies. The game and the season on the verge of slipping away for Cold Spring. 2 runs already in here in the 7th inning. First and second, only 1 down. Becker hitless tonight. Calvin Kelton pitched an inning and a third of relief, allowing 2 runs so far on 5 hits. He's responsible for Derek Schoen at second and John Trado at first.
Now pitching for the Rockies, number 10,
no walks,
Andrew
1 strikeout.
Aller.
And Andrew Aller takes a deep breath, having completed his warm-up tosses. Big batter coming up here. 1 down. Infield hoping for a double play against the speedy left fielder. Aller's first misses down and in. Ball 1. Hot ground ball picked up in the air by the third baseman Geislinger just before it can hit the dirt. And he tags Schoen running by for a line drive double play. That's one way to do it. Aller gets out of the jam, and the Martins scored just 2 in the 7th inning. Stretch time in Springfield, a 4-1 lead for Fairmont on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Fairmont gets 2 runs.
Hope you had time to stretch and maybe even sing in our 7th inning stretch. Something I know I haven't been able to do nearly as much as I would like in summer of 2020.
Austin Duffner.
4-1. Martins leading the Rockies as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Cold Spring hasn't been able to do anything against Matt Little. Only 3 hits, all singles, none of them bunched together. And no base runners at all since the 4th. 7 straight retired by Little. Count 1-1 to Duffner, the cleanup hitter. You saw during the pitching change, Duffner has had a great tournament. Hit his 4th home run in the quarterfinal earlier today. 1-1 lifted foul. Diving attempt by the third baseman Schoen. He comes up short and bangs into the sidewall. Up quickly, that's good to see. Not sure I'd get up so quickly if that were me. 1-2 the count. 4, 5, and 6 for Cold Spring. Duffner, Geislinger, and Skluzacic. And for Little, the number is 9. 9 outs to get. If he can get them all, that'll help his team going into the championship tomorrow. 1-2 coming to Duffner. Outside, 2-2. Really no way around it. Someone was going to have this advantage, but you look at Fairmont, they were able to play their game at noon. This one's popped up on the infield. Little waiting for someone else to call him off. And it's the third baseman, Schoen, moving under the right-hand side of the infield, sprinting over to make the catch. I have to imagine the wind played a part in that one as well. One down, Adam Geislinger will bat next. Anyway, Fairmont played their game at noon. They were done around 2:15.
That's awesome.
And they had some time to clear their heads, prepare
number 19,
for this game.
Alex Geislinger.
Whereas Cold Spring, well, they did win convincingly in their 3 o'clock game. They had less than an hour to get turned around, get their mind and body reset for a game that was just as important. First pitch ball misses low and away to the left-handed hitting Geislinger. He has 2 of his team's 3 hits. Singles in the second and the fourth. That pitch just misses, 2-0. Rockies turned a throwing error into their first and only run back in the second. It's an unearned run. 3-0 to Geislinger with Skluzacic waiting on deck. Little's 3-0. Up and away. A 4-pitch walk. And the first walk issued by Little all night.
Now batting, number 29, the left fielder, Nick Skluzacic.
Nick Skluzacic was on base for that throwing error. He scored all the way from first. He had reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2 on the night. A pair of ground balls to the third baseman. And I'm guessing Fairmont wouldn't mind one of those here. First pitch misses low. Little's going to have to prove he can throw a strike before Skluzacic does anything. Geislinger was caught stealing second back in the fourth after his single. Now trailing by 3 runs instead of in a tie ball game. Have to imagine he'll be staying put. 1-1 now the count. There's a strike. Little's pitch chopped on the ground towards short. Becker to Tennyson onto first. It's a double play. 6-4-3, well turned up the middle. Becker had to deal with the tough hop, but they twisted anyway, and the walk is erased. The 7th inning is complete. Little continues to cruise. We go to the 8th. 4-1. Martins on top on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Rockies in the bottom of the 7th. No runs on.
On to the 8th inning. The Fairmont Martins leading the Cold Spring Rockies 4-1 in the Class C semifinal here at beautiful Riverside Park in Springfield, Minnesota. This is Eric Bramer. Thanks for joining us all weekend. This will conclude my baseball season for Prep Spotlight. So I'd like to thank them for offering me this opportunity to get back behind the mic in what would have otherwise been a lost season. It's been fun to cover first the Class B state tournament, and for the past 2 weekends, the Class C state tournament. We've had good games.
Leading off the 8th for Fairmont, the catcher.
Not so good games, but this one's been pretty tight throughout. 4-1 the score.
Score update from Milroy.
And an update
in
from
the
Milroy.
Fifth, St. Patrick 6, Young America 4.
St. Patrick leading Young America 6-4, as you might have just heard. Game across the way in Milroy. Ethan Hearn plays hopscotch with the first offering from Andrew Aller. Hearn, Schmidt, and Tennyson 6 through 8 in the Martins order. Inside again, 2-0. Hearn is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 4th. Aller came on with first and second, one down in the 7th. Faced one batter, got a smoking line drive to third. Geislinger picked it up before it hit the ground. And the lead runner, Schoen, ran right into him for an easy double play. Now 2-1. That double play also closed the book on Calvin Kaltoff. Inning and a third, 2 runs on 5 hits. Drive into shallow center. Coming on is the center fielder Geislinger, but it falls fast and drops in front of him for a leadoff hit. Now Adam Schmidt.
Now batting, number 31, the right fielder, Adam Schmidt.
Trying to determine whether that second run charged to Kaltoff should be earned or unearned. There were 2 errors in that 7th inning, one allowing Luke Becker to advance from second to third. That was on the throw home. And then the next batter, Jack Waltich, with the infield drawn in, hit one that glanced off the glove of the first baseman, Duffner. If neither of those errors had happened, Becker would likely still be at second, but then Treto hit his single. I'm going to say that both runs will be earned. Squaring the bunt, pulling back is Schmidt, and the ball gets underneath him and the catcher, Jonas. On appeal, there was no bunt attempt, so the count is 2-0, and Hearn gets the job done for him. He advances down to second on the wild pitch. Will Schmidt still bunt? He's got an extreme hitter's count, 2-0. He squares, pulls back, and now 3-0. First base is open. Tyler Tennyson waits on deck. Already leading by 3, the Martins know the value of that 4th run. Fastball for a strike, 3-1 the count. Chop foul, 3-2. Schmidt struck out swinging his first 2 times, but then hit a chopper to third that went for an infield single when it was picked up by the third baseman Geislinger, perhaps with the assumption that it would be called a foul ball. Well, a circuitous route to a walk there. Schmidt went 3-0 trying to bunt.
Second baseman,
swung away,
number 27,
ran the count full,
Tyler
and takes the
Tennyson.
walk anyway. First base is filled. First and second, nobody out for Tyler Tennyson. First walk issued by Aller. Tennyson 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored back in the 3rd. That was the game-tying run. Here, served into shallow center field. That drops for a base hit. Rounding third, getting the wave is Hearn. Here comes the throw. He is out at the plate. Perfect throw home from Geislinger. Hearn tagged in the helmet, on his way in with a head-first dive. And I mean a head-first dive. Out number 1 comes with an exclamation point here in the top of the 8th inning.
What a throw. Brings up the designated hitter, number 4.
It'll be a
Blake
single for Tennyson.
Palmer.
Schmidt moves from first to second, but Hearn cut down trying to score from second. Score at 8-2 for out number 1. Now Blake Palmer, 9th place hitter. He's 1 for 3 with a leadoff double an inning ago. He came around to score. Big swing there, no sign of a bunt. Count is 0-1. Aller has faced 4 men, retired only 1, but he's gotten 3 outs. This kicks away from the catcher, Jonas, towards the third base side, and Schmidt turning at third, but he'll hold up there. Second wild pitch of the inning advances both runners. Infield will have to come in, and do you entertain the idea of intentionally walking the 9th place hitter to set up the double play? Becker, the leadoff man, in the on-deck circle, is 2 for 4 with singles his last 2 times up. And that's one way to do it. Not sure there was any intent behind it, but it gets the job done. No speculation anymore about an intentional walk. Cromer will trot down to first to fill first base and load the bases for Luke Becker.
Brings up the shortstop, number 9, Luke Becker.
Just a 3-run game, but a hit here could really do some damage to the Rockies' comeback hopes. You look in the hit column, and the Martins have out-hit Cold Spring 13-3. It's incredible that this game has remained as close as it is. Becker takes a strike. In the inning, single, walk, single, hit by pitch. Leadoff man Hearn thrown out at the plate trying to score. 1-1 now to Becker. And if not for that incredible throw by Geislinger, we'd be looking at an even bigger inning potentially for Fairmont. Schmidt at third, Tennyson at second, Cromer at first. Skipped to the plate. Jonas got enough of it and reacted as if he got enough of it to keep all the runners in place. Had Schmidt known all along that Jonas did not keep that ball in front of him, he might have scampered home. As it is, it's a ball and a 2-1 count. Aller getting a pep talk from the shortstop, New. New maybe saw something with one of the base runners that he wanted to communicate to his pitcher. Becker swinging for the fences, out in front of a breaking ball, 2-2. Aller sets, and the 2-2 pitch. Line into left center field, that's down for a base hit. Schmidt scores. Tennyson will be held. Strong throw in. RBI single, Luke Becker. And another Fairmont Insurance run. It's now 5-1. Third hit of the game for Becker, all of them singles.
Fielder, number 2, Jack Waltich.
His second RBI, and the only man who's bested him with the bat in this game is now up, Jack Waltich. Mound conference coming. Aller has faced now 6 men and retired only 1. He's gotten 3 outs thanks to a line drive double play and an outfield assist. The Martins have been notching solid contact against him. We'll use this opportunity to set the scene for you. Waltich coming to the plate, having reached all 4 times today. In the first, he walked and stole second. In the third, with 2 outs, he delivered an RBI double. He was then thrown out at the plate, trying to score from second on an infield single. In the fifth, a 2-out RBI single. He was balked to second before he was stranded. And in the 7th, with the infield drawn in, he hit a hard ground ball that clanked off the glove of the first baseman, Duffner. It went for an error, but it was well hit enough to force Duffner to make the error. Waltich also made the best play of the day, one of the best plays of the tournament, defensively in center field, sprinting back, leaping and catching to rob Lynn of extra bases, ending the second. He's had his hands all over this game, and the infield draws in with 1 down. First pitch misses, low ball 1. Tennyson at third, Cromer at second, Becker at first. 1 run already in for the Martins, who now lead by 4. Letter high strike, 1-1. The pitch from Aller. Inner half, thigh high for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Waltich just got a piece, fouling it off the catcher. After Waltich, it would be Derek Schoen. Just entering the heart of the Fairmont order, not the men that Aller wants to face with the game on the line. Aller takes the sign and sets the 1-2. Low and in. Good take from Waltich. Aller stares in. Back with another 2-strike pitch. Chopped off the plate to short. New, the play is to home, and the throw dug out by Jonas. Out number 2, perfectly executed, and a great dig by the catcher, who's not used to making plays like that. 2 down. That's why you play with the infield in.
Number 21, Derek Schoen.
The chopper made it difficult for New. He didn't have any time to spare. Scored 6-2 on the fielder's choice. And now Derek Schoen. Home plate umpire receives a message from the Fairmont third base coach. I'm not sure if that's something in the pitcher's delivery he saw. Here's Schoen. First pitch pulled down, but it doesn't fool the umpire. Ball 1. Schoen tonight 1 for 4 with a single in the third. He's also flied out to right field twice. Last time up, reached on a fielder's choice. There's a strike, and the count is even, 1-1. If the Rockies can escape this top of the 8th inning with only 1 run in, they'll mark that a success. There's a strike. That time the frame job from Jonas does do the trick. 1-2. Cromer now at third with Becker at second and Waltich at first. Chopped foul down the first base line. Sprayed some dirt, maybe with some chalk on the first hop. But had it been fair, Duffner, the first baseman, would have had a play on it. Bases full of Martins. Derek Schoen trying to come through with a game-breaking hit. Inside out swing, past the second baseman into right field. Cromer will score. Here comes Becker. It's a 2-out, 2-run single for Derek Schoen, and the Martins go up big. It's now 7-1. That was the big hit they were looking for. Big second out, they got Waltich, and they got Schoen to 2 strikes, but they couldn't finish it off. Waltich went first to third, so runners at the corners now for the Martins, and John Trado at the plate. We're going to see a pinch runner at first for Schoen.
Pinch runner at first base, number 14, Carter Bell.
Carter Bell
now batting,
is the
first
pinch
baseman,
runner.
number 10, John Trado.
Trado 2 for 4 in this game. The hits have come his last 2 times up. Double blasted to right center in the 6th, and a single in the 7th. First pitch, hot ground ball, kicking off the second baseman Distel, and another run will score. That's a tough ground ball to field. Distel tried to get in front of it, but hit with some spin. It glances off of him, and another run comes home. It'll be an error on Distel, a 4-run inning, and an 8-1 Martins lead. And a mound visit. Aller might be done. And he is. We'll step away again. Martins opening it up here late. It's a 7-run cushion now on Prep Spotlight on TV.
Running for a base hit. Morris now backs up. Arnold serves one into left, and that's a base hit. And Chanhassen takes the lead right back. 0-1 to Halleck. Back and off the foot of the pitcher. It bounces towards left field. Kolpak coming home. The throw to the plate, not in time. The game is tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch. Base hit right field. That'll do it. Matt Oy comes up and pokes one through the drawn-in infield. And the Moorhead Brewers win it 6-5 in 10 innings. As Weiss kicks and fires this one, driven to center field. Back is Rucker. Does he do it again? Yes, he does! 3 home runs for Duffner! And it's 10-3 Cold Spring. Unbelievable!
Runs scored here today. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3. Another one gone. McCoy Rodney goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away now.
Our score. Fairmont with 4 runs so far in the 8th inning to extend their lead. And it will be TJ New, the new pitcher in the game for Cold Spring. Andrew Aller faced 9 batters. And when it was all said and done, he retired only 3 of them. There was an error behind him the last batter he faced. But an inning and a third, 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 4 hits. He walked 1 and hit 1 with no strikeouts. He's responsible for Schoen at second and Trado at first, though if either of those runs score, they would be unearned. That's a little consolation to the Rockies right now, who are suddenly 6 outs away from seeing their season come to a close. And before the first pitch, TJ New is called for a balk. That's the way things have gone for the Rockies here tonight. Schoen moved up to third, and Trado up to second. Levi Becker, the 9th man to bat in the inning. Last time up, the first and second, and 1 down. He had a line drive to the third baseman that was turned into an inning-ending double play. In total tonight, he's 0 for 4. He's the only man who hasn't reached base with a base hit. In fact, he hasn't reached base at all. And he's behind on the count 0-2. 8 runs on 15 hits for the Martins. Just 1 run on 3 hits for the Rockies. 0-2. Called strike 3. And New after the balk makes quick work of Becker, ending the top of the 8th inning. But not before the Martins score 4, doubling their score and taking an 8-1 lead to the home half of the 8th. You're watching Prep Spotlight on TV. An 8-1 lead for the Fairmont Martins over the Cold Spring Rockies here in Springfield. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
For Cold Spring.
Half hour away in Milroy, St. Patrick holds a 6-4 edge over Young America. So if the scores hold, it'll be St. Patrick and Fairmont in your Class C championship here in Springfield tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. First pitch goes high and tight on Colin Eskew, and it's a hit by pitch. We hope the tempers don't flare here late in the ball game. Eskew, the DH, hasn't been in the field for any of this, so right now, no reason to believe any intent behind that. It is the first time that Little has hit someone tonight. I believe it's Darren Kelteen, the new third baseman at the hot corner for the Martins.
Now batting,
Sam
second
Distel
baseman, number
is
3,
batting.
Sam Distel.
Distel 0 for 2. Just the second time the Rockies have had their leadoff man aboard. Last time came in the second inning when they scored their only run. Popped up, third base foul. And it is caught by the new third baseman. No, that's still shown out there. I saw someone pointing out a defensive change.
Right fielder,
for
number
the Martins.
15, Brady
And I'm trying
Lynn.
to figure out who it is. One-man band here, bear with me. Brady Lynn now at the plate. He's 0 for 2. A pair of flies to center, robbed of extra bases by Waltich to end the second. That was the big turning point in the ball game. Rockies led 1-0. They would have led at least 2-0 had that fallen for a hit. Instead, it remained a 1-run deficit. Martins tied it up in the third and haven't looked back. Fouled off the front foot, the count 1-1 to the 9th place Cold Spring hitter. Championship game will be played tomorrow at 1 p.m., weather permitting, here in Springfield. We will have it here on PrepSpotlight.tv. If you bought the subscription pass, you're set to go. If you haven't bought the subscription pass, well, I still think it's a game worth watching. Two great teams, regardless of who ends up playing tomorrow. 1-1. Pounded foul, 1-2. Cold Spring on the other side of one of those games that they had just earlier this afternoon. Their quarterfinal game against Bemidji was close until things opened up in the 7th and 8th. There's a strikeout of Lynn. Just the second strikeout for Little tonight. Comes at a good time, out number 2.
Center fielder, number 5, Tyler Geislinger.
Lineup turns over for Tyler Geislinger. High drive, deep down the right field line. This ball is deep, and it is gone! A 2-run home run for Tyler Geislinger. And Cold Spring will not go quietly. It's now an 8-3 ball game. Those are the first 2 earned runs allowed by Little tonight.
That brings up number 2, the shortstop, Jordan New.
Jordan New will bat next. It's not nearly enough to cause any stirring in the Martins bullpen. At this point, Little almost certainly burned up for tomorrow, so they might as well get as much as they can out of him, provided the game stays at arm's length. And keep any and all bullpen arms fresh for tomorrow's championship. 4 outs for Little to get. He falls behind 2-0 to Jordan New. There's a strike, 2-1. Inside corner, strike 2. New has one of his team's 4 hits. It was a first inning single. Here's a ground ball deep into the hole towards second. Picked up by Tennyson. Throws on the run. And New is retired for out number 3. Tyler Geislinger goes deep. A 2-run shot. Gives the Rockies a couple more runs. It's still an 8-3 game going to the 9th. You're watching Prep Spotlight on TV. Of August. But a little bit more mileage on the arms. We've seen going deeper into the Cold Spring bullpen that is their weakness.
Catcher,
can be said of many teams, I suppose. Ethan Hearn will lead things off for Fairmont in the top of the 9th inning. First pitch misses low, ball 1. TJ New faced one batter in the 8th. Before he threw a pitch, he was called for a balk, but then he struck out Levi Becker on 3 pitches. First 2 to Ethan Hearn miss, 2-0. Hearn, Schmidt, and Tennyson due up for Fairmont. Hearn started the 8th inning with a single. He's 2 for 4 on the night. And he's ahead in the count 3-0, leading off the 9th. In the bottom of the 9th inning for Cold Spring, it'll be the heart of their order, 3, 4, and 5, but they'll need a lot more than that to get back in this ball game. And a leadoff walk to Hearn is not going to help matters in the top half.
Right fielder, number 31, Adam Schmidt.
Adam Schmidt joined the party a bit late, but he singled in the 6th, walked and scored in the 8th. And he's put his 2 strikeouts, his first 2 times up, in the rearview mirror. First pitch inside corner for a strike. High fly in the air, deep right field. Going back is Lynn. Still back with room. He makes the catch out number 1. Even with the wind blowing out to right, takes a pretty good poke to get it out to the opposite field. Tyler Tennyson bats next.
Second baseman, number 27, Tyler Tennyson.
Tennyson is 2 for 4. A single in the 3rd and a single an inning ago in the 8th. Tried to tag from 3rd and score. High fly into right field. In is Lynn. He makes the catch, a quick second out. Beg your pardon, he did not try and tag. He came home on a bases-loaded grounder to short.
Brings up the
2 outs made at the plate in the 8th inning by the Martins.
Blake Cromer.
And Tennyson was the second of the 2. 2 down now for Blake Cromer. Cromer 1 for 3. Last 2 times up, a double and a run scored, and a hit by pitch and a run scored. First pitch skips to the backstop. That will allow Hearn to advance to second base. And for the first time tonight, at least in this game, we see some action in the Fairmont bullpen. Whoever it is not wearing a Fairmont jersey, so he's one of the draftees. Missing low and in, 2-0. Three draftees for the Martins. 2 from Wyndham and 1 from Milroy. 3-0 now the count to the 9th place batter, Blake Cromer. Luke Becker waits on deck. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Kicking away from home plate. The throw goes into left field. Up out of the dive is Hearn. He stays at third base. It'll be another wild pitch with Cromer taking first on the walk. Lineup turns over for Luke Becker, taking his 6th turn at bat tonight. Jonas a bit slow to get up, not sure where that got him, but we won't speculate. He's feeling it right now, and he's going to receive at least a cursory health check. Looking at the Fairmont road to the tournament, after their first round bye, they beat Waconia 2-1 in a tightly contested game. They knocked off the defending champion Jordan Brewers on Saturday. That was a 7-5 final. Noon today, they beat Buffalo 5-1. And they're 3 outs away from a date in the championship. I'm not sure if it happens more than general probability would tell you, but it does seem fitting when a team knocks off the defending champions and has a chance to win a championship of their own. Here's Luke Becker. Becker 3 for 5 with singles his last 3 times up. He's driven in a pair his last 2 times. First pitch misses low. Jonas, who just received a round of applause for toughing out whatever ricochet got him doubled over. He has to block another pitch immediately. News 1-0, and that got Becker in the foot. Becker, I think, wanted a chance to swing the bat, but he'll take a hit by pitch. 4th straight time he's reached base. And the bases are loaded for Jack Waltich.
Center fielder, number 2, Jack Waltich.
Waltich has a pretty solid claim to the offensive MVP and the defensive MVP of this game. At the plate, 2 for 4. 2-out RBI double in the 3rd, 2-out RBI single in the 5th. Lefty-lefty matchup, he takes a strike. In the 7th, with the infield drawn in, he brought home a run even though it was ruled an error on the first baseman Duffner. And in the 8th, reached on a fielder's choice. Breaking ball misses wide. A ball and a strike. No hits in the inning for the Martins. Began with a walk. Since then, another free pass and a hit by pitch. The 1-1. Breaking ball, lined in left center field. That's down for a base hit. Hearn will score. Cromer will score. Throw goes into the cut, and it's another 2-out base hit for Jack Waltich. His 3rd of the game. It brings in 2, and it's a 10-3 Martins lead.
Brings up the 3rd baseman.
We can debate all night
Derek Schoen,
whether or not there's a clutch gene, but Waltich has come through big time tonight. Becker went first to 3rd. First pitch is a strike to Derek Schoen. And just thinking out loud now, that was the substitution. That kicks away from Jonas, not too far. Schoen was pinch run for in the 8th inning. And when Fairmont came back out in the field, he re-entered. So even though I didn't see a new player out there, him re-entering was what the umpire was signaling up towards us. Here's a chopper to short. Tough second hop fielded by New, and he goes the short way to second to end the inning. But a couple more for Fairmont. They've got a 10 spot up on the scoreboard, and they're 3 outs away from a spot in the Class C championship game. We'll be back with the bottom of the 9th after this on PrepSpotlight.tv.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Now on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
It's a 10-3 lead for the Fairmont Martins going to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cold Spring Rockies trail by 7, needing a miracle to stave off elimination in the Class C tournament. 3, 4, and 5, they've got the right man up. David Jonas leads things off, and he's hit by a pitch for the second straight inning. The first pitch of the inning from Matt Little plunks a Cold Spring batter. Jonas has really borne the brunt of it between blocking pitches all night behind the plate, and that hit by pitch. He's going to need some ice at the end of the night. No action in the Martins bullpen with the lead back out to 7. They want Little to finish it off if he can. Austin Duffner will bat, and Jonas, even though his run right now doesn't matter a whole lot, is going to lead the ball game to a round of applause for a pinch runner. That may have as much to do with his hit by pitch than anything else. Max Hansen will pinch run. Austin Duffner 0 for 3. He's hit the ball in the air 3 times. That's been the chronic issue against Little. Fly balls, but save for one exception. Nothing hit deep. First pitch pop up. Shortstop is there. And Becker has it. 1 down. Christian Johnson has struck out 8 straight batters for St. Patrick. They hold a 6-4 lead over Young America over in Milroy.
Number 19, Alex Geislinger.
Sounds like Johnson is closer to his second 100 pitches than his first 100. So that's an interesting game if we wrap up before they do. Slip on over there and watch the final outs. That kicks away from the catcher, Hearn. Into second without a throw is the pinch runner, Hansen. We'll say that's a wild pitch. Alex Geislinger has not been retired tonight. He's more than done his job. 2 singles and a walk for the left-handed hitting third baseman. Low and away, 2-0. And you can tell that Little just running out of gas a little bit. But that's to be expected. I've got enough going on up here. I haven't been keeping track of pitch counts, but I would have to guess that he's well over the century mark. The lack of strikeouts has helped him in that regard. Only 2 strikeouts, so some quick at-bats. 2-0 coming. Lifted foul, 2-1. We'll remind you after the game's done, but we'll say it again. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. is the scheduled start time for the Class C championship game here from Riverside Park in Springfield. Called strike and it's 2-2. There is some weather in the forecast, but stay tuned to the Prep Spotlight social channels. There you have it. Right there, Minnesota Prep Spotlight. There's a strikeout. And the Rockies are down to their final out.
Now batting,
if tomorrow's game is delayed,
number 29,
or postponed, or anything,
Skuzachek.
Minnesota Baseball Association, they'll be keeping you updated, and so too will we here at Prep Spotlight. But we hope we have uninterrupted baseball and we can crown a champion tomorrow. Liner, left center field, that's down for a hit. And the Cold Spring season will extend at least one more batter. Hansen checks in at third. And Little will face Colin Eskew. He hit Eskew high and tight. His last time up, and you wonder if Eskew is going to bat for himself. He was the DH, so here he is.
Brings up the designated hitter, number 8, Colin Eskew.
Eskew is 0 for 2. Reached on an error that scored a run back in the second, struck out in the fifth, and was hit by a pitch and scored in the eighth. Final chance for the Rockies. First pitch is strike. Martins have out-hit the Rockies 16-5. Little's pitch, chopped off the plate, back to Little, underhands to first, and there's your final score, 10-3. The Martins are heading to the state championship.
And that'll do it. Fairmont moves on to the championship game. 1 o'clock tomorrow is the current scheduled time. Congratulations to both teams here. Wow, some great baseball. Thank you, congratulations, great work, fellas. Thank you, fans, for coming out. You can take all the time you want tonight here at Riverside Park. Hang out, enjoy yourself. Tomorrow's the championship. Fairmont will be one of the two teams.
The Fairmont Martins win it 10-3 over the Cold Spring Rockies.
St. Patrick leads.
That St. Patrick game
still
is a 6-4 game. St. Patrick up over Young America in the bottom of the 8th inning. So if you want to switch over, we don't blame you. It's right here on PrepSpotlight.tv. This is Eric Bramer signing off from Springfield, Minnesota. It has been a fun Class C tournament for me and for everyone here at Prep Spotlight. We encourage you to come back tomorrow afternoon for the Class C State Championship. We know that Fairmont's going to be there as they win it 10-3 tonight over Cold Spring. Eric Bramer signing off. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of PrepSpotlight.tv.
The 2020 Class C Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.